welcome back. If you're new, my name's Kess, and today I'm going to show you how you can reverse tie-dye a shirt. And as far as I can tell, tie-dye is still going strong, and so if you're interested, just keep watching. Okay, so I have everything here that I need. I'm starting with a plain black Adidas hoodie. I got an extra large so it can be oversized. You need to be sure that you have something that's mostly cotton, otherwise the dye won't soak into it as well. And I have the gloves, the rubber bands, RIT dye, some bleach water, and some Clorox cleanup in some bottles that I'm reusing because I don't like to mess around with pure bleach too much. And you can go on RIT's website and it gives you lots of suggestions about how much dye to use and depending on how you want the colors. So like a half bottle of dye is good for a couple of adult sized t-shirts unless you want a brighter, like deeper color, and that's what I like. So I'm probably going to use a half a bottle for this one shirt. But for the reverse dye, we're going to bleach it out and then dye it later. So I'll have to do the bleach and then wash it. So I'm going to go ahead and show you the way I like to do. Like, I just like the crumpled look. So you just grab it with your hands like this, kind of wad it up, and then put a rubber band on it. I don't know if this is going to work one-handed. And you keep doing that over the whole shirt. You know, it may be a little different on the sleeves so you have the desired look that you want. So just kind of pull those up like that and then put a rubber band around there. Since the hood is laying like this, I think I will pull it around here and crumple it that way so I can be sure I have the look that I want. So I'm going to go ahead and put the rubber bands on and then I will be back. Alright, I've got this all rubber banded. And so the areas that are tied and the areas down in there are the parts that are going to stay black, obviously, and so the parts that you see are the parts that are going to get bleached. So I'm seeing a couple areas here that are sticking out. So like this whole area right here would end up bleached and then end up dyed in the end, and like the sleeve is sticking out. So I'm going to put another one here, crumple it a little more because I don't want that whole part to be bleached and then dyed. I want it kind of crumpled. So I'm going to put this here. So you just kind of need to picture what you want your end result to look like. And you know, if you see any areas that are sticking out and you don't want that whole area dyed, then that's where you need more rubber bands. There's no wrong or right way to do it though. Next, you want to take it outside, or you could do this in your bathtub or in your kitchen sink also, but I'm out here on the sidewalk. That way there won't be any cleanup, and I'm just gonna go ahead and start spraying. Just cover this. Oh shoot, I guess of all the times for my spray bottle to not work. Okay, I'll be back in a minute. Okay, here we go again. Let's try this again. Oh, this bottle ain't having it, y'all. It's spraying a little bit, but it's good to have a sunny day, if I didn't say that already, because that kind of helps activate the bleach. Sorry, it's noisy. Busy road beside us. So you're going to spray all over and turn it over. Oh, I forgot my gloves. I don't really want to smell like bleach, but definitely need the gloves for the dye though, because in case I forget to mention it, obviously you could dye your nails, your hands, everything is dyed until it wears off. So I already had, can't remember the brand name, but you know, the tie-dye kits. I had already bought one of those kits and I had lots of extra rubber bands and gloves from that. And I even have some dye left too if I wanted to do more than one color. But anyway, here we go. Now we're just gonna let this sit for a while. I'll be able to give you a better idea about how much time it takes later, so I'll be back. Wow, y'all, I've only been here for like a minute, and look, I love this color. I may not even use the purple after all. It's like a dark coral. I'm really liking it. I just wanted to show you. I'm gonna watch it for a minute longer and see what happens. Okay, y'all, this is after about 5 minutes, and I thought about it. Although, well, I did like the color after just a couple minutes, but now it's looking like a weird light brownish color. And I decided I have lots of things that are that deep coral color anyway. And since purple's my favorite, I'm gonna go ahead and dye this purple like I originally planned. So next thing you want to do is get you a plastic bag to put your shirt in. I still have to go get that. And then take it to the washer and wash it. Don't dry it, but just wash it, because you don't need any of that bleach left in there when you get ready to dye. This is after, I'm guessing, about 20 minutes, and it's turned into a kind of a tan color. So I have this bag here so I don't get bleach on anything else in case it happens to be drippy, and I'm excited to see what it's going to look like. You don't want to use the rubber bands on anything else except for your tie-dye projects either, because they'll get dye and bleach on them. Okay, I can't do this one-handed, so I'm going to go ahead. Ooh, I like that. I'm going to go ahead and take the rest of the rubber bands off, and I'll show you the results. So I took the rubber bands off, and this is what I ended up with so far. It's looking pretty good, but I want more colored areas instead of more black. So I'm fixing to crumple in these areas where I want more and just put rubber bands in these small areas and spray and bleach again before I wash it. So that's the cool thing about tie-dye anyway. You just work with it until you get it the way you want it to look. I see an area up here I need to do, there, on that sleeve. Anyway, so I will be back in a little while after it bleaches some more and I put it in the wash. I realized I should rinse this before I put it in the washer to stop that bleaching action, so that's what I just did it in the tub. So I'm going to put it back in this bag so I don't drip, you know, possibly bleachy water everywhere on the carpet, and I'm going to throw it in the washer. This is what I have after I've washed it, and as you can see, I have different tones in here, which I think will be pretty once I dye it purple. This is still wet. That's the way you need it to dye. So now I'm going to take it, and I have all of my ingredients ready to dye it. I have a big pot here. It says 3 to 4 gallons for half a bottle, and that's for the normal color. That's for this color. Sorry if you hear my ice maker in the background. And it's supposed to have a cup of salt. This is super hot water. It's not boiling, but it's tap water, as hot as I can stand. So I'm going to go ahead and put the salt in. I'm supposed to dissolve that. For cotton, you use salt. And be sure to have a stainless spoon, because when you put the dye in here and stir it, you don't want to have your spoon stained. Dissolve that real good. Now it's ready for the dye. I have about a half a bottle here, so I'm going to go ahead and put all this, and we'll go with it and see what kind of color we end up with. I'm going to go ahead and put this in the garbage so I don't dye anything else. Okay, I think that is ready. It says you can test the color by dipping a paper towel in it, because paper towel is similar fibers to the cotton fabric that you're going to use. That looks very similar to the color on the bottle, and it's not white. The shirt's not white, and so I think my color will be darker than this anyway. I think I'm ready. The dye bath is supposed to cover the whole piece of fabric that you're dyeing, so I hope this is enough. If not, I may have to add water. Okay, I think we're good. And I don't know how long I'm supposed to leave this in here, so I have to look that up. This is supposed to sit, and I'm supposed to consistently stir for 30 minutes. And I'm going to try to use these tongs, but you should probably be careful if you do this so you don't tear your fabric. I think it's a little weaker when it's wet. Alexa, set a timer for 30 minutes.
30 minutes, starting now.
And by the way, if this video is kind of scattered, I apologize about that. My daughter was doing a 4-H project today. This is what she did, and they taste so good. These are the best pretzels I've ever eaten, and I'm already ready for her to make more. So I'm going to stir this up some. It looks like the dye may color the Adidas symbol too, which I have to admit I wouldn't be mad about. So we'll see how it turns out. But it's already kind of dark, so I may not leave it in here the whole 30 minutes. Because it said, or until desired color is reached. So this is pretty dark. Y'all, I'm impatient. This has been in here for 10 minutes, but it's not white. It was already, you saw the color. So I think we're gonna call it good. I wanna see what it looks like. So I need to squeeze this out and put it in a bag so I can take it and rinse it out in the tub until the water runs clear. I'm rinsing this in cool water until it runs clear. Keep your gloves on. And then I have to wash it in mild detergent. Just stay tuned. It's in the washer. Be sure and clean out your tub before you take your gloves off. Well, here's what I ended up with. I love it. I love the different shades of color here since I bleached it 2 different times. I still see a black spot over there on that sleeve, but it's okay. It's all good. I'll turn it around and show you the back. I love it. And I saved some dye too, just a hint, you know, in case you don't like it, you can always go and dye it some more. So, and it's better to do this in plastic tubs or buckets outside because I had to bleach out the tub. So anyway, I'm really happy with my end result. And so, like if you enjoyed it, and thanks for watching. See you next time. Bye.